Today I bought the most Ninjago sets that I've ever gotten. I've got this huge box filled to the brim with Ninjago sets. This is so much Lego. This box here has over 4,500 pieces and costed me over £300. Just wow. So please do consider subscribing. Got the Ninja Dojo, the Combo Mech, the Legendary Dragon, and so many more, which were all described as some of the worst sets Ninjago had released. And now I had only 2 days to build them to see if that truly was the case. So I guess let's start with the biggest one. The Ninja Dojo Temple is the biggest set from this wave, comes with 2 exclusive minifigures, and is arguably the best set that Ninjago's released. Just look at how many pieces there are. Pixel, I'm coming for you. And although we're starting off with a fantastic set, things get much worse later on. I'm about halfway through the build, and I've got to say, this thing is an absolute delight. Although there are some definite drawbacks. The villains for these sets are these Geo Snakes, which come with all sorts of vehicles and jetpacks that don't exactly look great. But that doesn't matter because this thing is absolutely nuts. There's 3 floors with insane details like a secret lair, some beautiful minifigures, and this mech looks so much better than it does on the box. Not to mention the gorgeous exterior, which might just be one of the best Ninjago builds ever released. As well as play features where you can just straight up vandalize the wall. Meaning that I would say this is only fair. Now it's time for the second largest set, the Ninja Ultra Combo Mech. I'm not 100% sure about this one because the mech looks a tiny bit weird, but it might just look better in person. I really pray it does. This wave has a huge focus on mech builds, some of my favourite sets from Ninjago, and with one mech already being fantastic, I was very excited. And this mech is honestly pretty sick. It looks so good. But I've still got quite a lot left to build. What is this for? This set was a combo mech, meaning that it would be comprised of several different vehicles. This is weird. Which didn't look great alone. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm scared. But it wasn't done there. What is this? But now it was time to see how they would look together. Alright, here we go. The process of combining these vehicles was a tedious one with so many steps and taking out pieces. It just wasn't fun. But the end result is so good, it basically makes up for it. You've got all the different vehicles being different parts of the body with the mech, the driller, the ultrasonic raider, and the terrifying dragon. The combo mech was absolutely fantastic, but the individual builds were just the mech's fine, but then it just goes downhill so much. One of the worst dragons I've ever seen. That in addition to this weird villain build landed this set at a round of B. Things were starting to go downhill. I beg that you can save me. Lloyd's Legendary Dragon was next up. One of the best looking dragons that we've got in recent memory, and a set which would hopefully prove that this wave wasn't all bad. I am in love with this design, and I pray to God that it's as good as I hope it will be. While some of the other dragons from these sets didn't exactly look great. What is this? This bad boy could be my saving grace. This dragon just looks so good. The head looks great, the body is so detailed. I'm in love. Things were going very well, and this dragon was living up to my expectations. This thing is beautiful. Movable wings and a fantastic dragon body with room for minifigures and one of the best dragon heads that we've ever gotten. Which left the current ranking like this. Not too bad, but that was about to change. I've got these 5 sets here left to build, which, judging by the look of them, isn't going to be fun. I started with Lloyd's Race Car Evo, a generic Lloyd vehicle which we've basically seen a million times already. With, of course, some generic villain builds. Standard. Building this car was an experience. Excuse me? Compared to some of the more interesting sets that I just built, this was such a downgrade. It's just like the designers grabbed every other Lloyd vehicle, smashed them together, and sold it. But do you guys want to see the fun play feature? Make your siblings go blind. Lethal. What is this? This is so dumb. Meaning that I could only really place it here. Now we're on to the 2 dragons, some of the ugliest and most divisive sets from this wave, which I did not feel good about. The first dragon is built, and let's just say that we're off to a less than stellar start. And things really didn't improve with Jay's Evo Dragon being basically the same build, but somehow even worse. I don't know if I want to cry or scream or both. I mean, these are easily the worst Ninjago dragons that they've ever released. Look at these tiny legs, weird blocky tails, and wings that just make no sense. These sets were absolutely abysmal, meaning that the next 2 sets had to pull things together. I'm not 100% sure about this, but we'll see. I started off with the Zane mech, basically a £10 version of the Kai mech which came in the Dojo Temple earlier. So naturally, I love this thing. It looks absolutely incredible for the price, and just like the other mech, so much better than it does on the box. But I still had one final set to build. The big final boss, and the set which I had dreaded. Here we go, I guess. Lloyd's Ninja Mech was the second 4+ mech build, taking after my most hated set, so needless to say, I was not at all ready for this thing. And as I built it, I remembered exactly why I hated 4+ sets, becoming increasingly traumatized until at long last I'd finished building it. Fellas, I've got to be honest, it's really not that bad. I'm genuinely quite impressed. I think these new arms work really well, and honestly, it's just so much better than other 4 Plus mechs. All in all, I was pleasantly surprised at how this set had turned out, and whilst not perfect, it wasn't bad. I've got all these sets together, and honestly, they just look so good. There's such a variety of different types of sets with mechs, dragons, and huge buildings. And of course, an absolute metric ton of minifigures. The minifigures in these sets are honestly some of my favorites we've ever gotten. The new suits look absolutely sick and unlike anything we've gotten before. And after laying out the minifigures, there's so many different styles of each of the ninja, and tons of them come with multiple hair pieces or heads. And of course, there's a ton of boys. But also exclusive minifigures like Pixel and Sensei Wu. But there's also a ridiculous amount of snakes, with each set coming with at least 1 or 2. Not only do they give you an absolute ton of them, but once more, so much variety. You've got one with a jetpack, one with flamethrowers, with dynamite, with gauntlets. This wave is honestly one of my favorites from Ninjago, feeling like a real breath of fresh air with such insane set variety. But now I need to find room for all of these sets, so wish me luck. Please subscribe.